Well, David Jordan's joining us now from Excellence Isle of Man. It's a project, of course, we've been hearing a lot about. The Isle of Man government have committed themselves to continue the work that's going on in particularly Kenya, I think it is, David. Is that the main thrust of your work for us?
Yes, it is. The Isle of Man has funded a lot of work for us in southeast Kenya, which is the focus of this latest grant, for which we're hugely grateful, and also some work in northern Kenya.
Explain. I know we've got some pictures here you sent over. What exactly difference does this make to people living in these areas? Because I know it's incredibly dry, isn't it?
It's a very, very dry area, and that's where we specialise. And the main thing that we do is to help local communities construct something called a sand dam, which stores water, and it is absolutely transformational in terms of the impact it has on people's lives. And it is one of the most effective ways of changing people's lives sustainably and for the long term that I've ever come across.
How does it exactly work then?
Well, the first thing to do is to imagine a seasonal river. And by that I mean a river that flows only after it rains, and sometimes that's only a day or two a year. Imagine then that we've built effectively a concrete dam across that river. And next time it rains, that will start to fill up with sand behind the dam. And that sand can go quite a long way upstream, anything up to 1.5 kilometres. And within that sand, water is naturally stored. So we, with the local community, will build the dam. Nature will do the rest. It will store tens of millions of litres and provide very, very good quality water for people to support their lives and livelihoods for probably at least 50 years with very little maintenance and no operating costs.
And I think, is it 4 villages the Isle of Man supporting, something like that?
Yes, as part of a wider project, the Isle of Man is supporting the construction of 4 dams, which will support 4 communities and will benefit over 5,000 people over the next 2 years. That's the construction period. And that benefit will last for another 50 years and maybe more.
I mean, we're always hearing here about being tangible, to see the money that's being gifted from the Isle of Man. It's, it's obviously one of those ongoing things. This is probably a good example, I guess, so people can see where it's going, the money.
I think it's absolutely fantastic in the sense that you provide a real and tangible asset as a one-off. That the natural environment will work very quickly to get the whole thing up and running. And it makes a vast difference to people's lives, because on the back of that sand dam, not only do they have access to clean water, most of these communities have to travel anything up to 12 hours every day just to collect water. And having a sand dam locally will reduce that, in most cases, to less than an hour. We will work with those local communities to do sustainable agriculture, which includes things like terracing and tree planting and using drought-resistant crops. The soil is of good quality. All it needs is water and the right sort of seeds and farming techniques, and we support that process as well, part of the overall transformational process.
And how do you pitch for this money? Do you go to the Isle of Man government each year? I mean, obviously you go elsewhere for money, but how do you kind of get on that list? And I think you've had it for a fair few years now, haven't you, as well?
Yes, we have. Obviously, we have the Isle of Man Excellent Development. Our founder, Simon Madrill, was and is, of course, a Manxman, and has very good relationships locally. So we've developed a really good relationship with the Isle of Man government over quite a number of years. And they have, as you know, an overseas development programme, and we bid from time to time into that programme, and we've had huge support from the Isle of Man. We're hugely grateful for that.
And I presume a Manx flag appears on something somewhere out there, does it?
Oh yes, every single dam that we construct or enable local communities to construct has a plaque on it, and in every single case there will be a very explicit acknowledgement to the Isle of Man.